I'm Dr. Bill Pogue. I am the oldest living practitioner of an art known as Kuta, K-U-T-A. It was taught to me by Leroy Kroll in 1969 and 1970. Kuta is reportedly has Egyptian origins and works off what we call the startle reflex or the natural reflexes of the body. It is not a traditional martial art. There is some question as to its origin, and I'll let you decide on your own. The principle of Kuta is that everybody has the same speed of natural reflexes, so we try and work off what the body has naturally. We know that if you're attacked mid-chest or higher, that your natural reflexes, the head goes back, pelvis comes forward, and the hands will come up. If you're attacked lower than the chest, it'll be reversed. The buttocks will go back, the neck opens, and the hands will drop. So we're going to work on those natural reflexes to develop a striking technique that is reflexive rather than a learned reaction. The basic position of the hand, there are two really moves, and that's it. One is closing the hand, the other is opening the hand, and all kinds of variations on that. The basic punch is called a Kuta punch, and it uses a relaxed fist. Now you say, well, that's not strong. It is strong, and we can prove it to you using scientific instruments. But instead of punching with the first two knuckles like karate, we're going to punch across and use the whole hand so it conforms to the body. And the thumb is on the outside as if you're holding a small little bug or something in your hand. It's a relaxed fist. This fist can be made very quickly rather than balled up. Our theory is that by the time you make a fist, you could hit. So we're going to imagine the techniques have several components. The first component is that you imagine wherever your hand is hot. So if I touch a hot stove, my hand's going to jerk back very quickly. So you want to use that idea to drive the punch. So if my hand's on my chest, we envision that the chest is hot, jerk away as if it was from a hot stove. As it's jerking away, it'll make the fist. As the fist forms, the punch forms at the same time. So the first component is the heat visualization and the closing of the fist. The second component is dropping the weight. And if you would move the camera back to show my feet. As the hand approaches the target, my foot's going to drop. And what that does, that puts my 200 pounds of weight on the end of that punch. I'm not going to move and then hit. I'm going to start to hit and add the step on the end of it. So I'm really catching my weight as I strike. And the third component is what we call the catapult hand, or the other alternate hand comes up. Now, classically, it was done in the middle of the chest. I don't think it's going to be tapping your heart over and over. So I moved it over onto the pectoral muscle. It still serves our purpose, which is to get some momentum going and position the hand for the next strike. So the first three components is heat visualization, drop step, and catapult hand to get a very quick and powerful strike. The opposite of that is if my hand is open, it's going to if it's closed, it's going to open on contact, like throwing the dice. So we have three techniques that we work on to demonstrate the principles of this. One is to call the hands up. And if someone starts to attack me, I'm going to take a slight angular step to get out of the way, close my fist, drop my step, and put my other hand up at the same time. That puts all my 200 pounds right there on contact. No stancing, no kicking, no blocking. The second one is the follow-up. So once I'm in this position, as soon as I strike, that object or that person becomes hot and I can jerk away from them, possibly into the next opponent. So we're working on reflexive technique and not thinking. So if I face on with one opponent and my hands are in please leave me alone type of position, as soon as he makes his first move or blinks his eye or anything that can key me to change it from a willed action to a reflex, that's what I'm going to do. If nothing else, I'm going to cause my own reflex. So as I do this, I'm going to step at an angle because this big guy, I want him not to be straight on me, but I want him to be on an angle so if he hits me during that time, at least I'm not getting the full brunt. So I'm going to step, and as I step, I close my fist and bring my other hand out there. Here. Okay? Now, if I have two people, let's say he's arguing with me, and he's standing there, jaw-jacking and giving me a bad eye, waiting to take his turn on me. If he makes the move at me first, he's going to punch me in the face here, I would drop myself over, hit him, and then him. So by simply stepping out of the way of his punch, I strike him and then strike him. So I'm going to go in rapid succession to hit both of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever I have to do. So you're going to bounce from one person to the next. Open, close, open, close. One person from here, and the second one goes right from there. So it's a 1-2 combination. Jerk. Burst of energy, my instructor, Kroll, described as mind explosion. It's just putting all your weight and all your energy at the point of contact. If I use a standard type of martial arts punch and I roll my hips, buck my hips, and hit a certain amount of powers and hit and relax, I can hit the same power and maybe more with a small step in here using the Kuta punch. I get almost as much as if I can from here and hit this way. So you're getting almost the same energy in a very shorter, quicker period of time. All right, when I'm in a situation where there's a weapon involved, we already know what his natural reaction is. If he's attacked higher, it's going to come up. So if it comes up, it's going to cut me. So I don't want to just hit him because he'll cut me. So my natural reaction to him sticking that into my throat is to go away from it because it's cutting in my throat. So I'm going to be doing this. So as I do that, my head comes back, I pull it out of me and stab him with it. There's an alternative to that. He's got your... I'm good. Okay. Okay, so I hope they stick their knife in my face. If you have more interest in the art of Kuta, either to supercharge the existing martial art or on its own, please contact me at my email, which is drbill212, drbill212 at AOL.com, 918-9671.